going on, guys? It is your boy, Dylan the Villain, back at it once again. Now, I know that before we get started, I want to address a few things. I know that we haven't uploaded a video in quite some time, and our channel kind of went silent there for a little bit, but we are back at it. I won't go into personal details of why the recording kind of stopped there for a minute, but I got sick, and I'm doing a lot better now, and we're back at it once again. And like always, guys, it is Saturday, week 2, April of 1997. We are live in Louisiana from the Shreveport Memorial Auditorium with our pre-show match, and an abysmal pre-show match. Val Venus and the Godfather defeated the Job Squad. In 8:07, Val Venus submitted Al Snow with the Venus flytrap, which is, if my memory serves me correct, it's like an inverted figure 4, if I'm not mistaken. It's an inverted figure 4. Val Venus was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everybody else's in-ring performance. Godfather with a 41, Val Venus with a 25, Bob Holly with a 41, and Al Snow with a 44. Which is absolutely terrible that Val Venus and the Godfather have zero chemistry as partners. Maybe I can turn that into a storyline, because I was actually going to make them a tag team for a while, until I felt like they can go their separate ways and do their own things, but we might turn that into a storyline. And we are ready for the main show. Let's go to the next segment. And our opening segment gets a 100, which, I mean, come on, look at everybody who's involved. It's basically saying, excuse me, it's basically saying that tonight, The Rock, Triple H, Chris Jericho, Owen Hart, we will see a segment with The Rock, Triple H, and Chris Jericho about the match that happened on Monday Night Raw. And we will also have a promo from Owen Hart, Steve Austin, and Bret the Hitman Hart. Everybody came off well, hot new catchphrases, you know the jizz. It advanced all the storylines, which I don't know why. It advanced the Backstabber storyline and the Freak Show storyline. But okay. We're going to go to the next segment. In our opening contest, in an abysmal match, Lance Storm defeated Jim Neidhart in 7:46 by submission with a single leg Boston Crab. Lance Storm outperforming Jim Neidhart with a 44 to Jim's 39. Announcer quality and color commentary gave the match a boost. The match got a 47 overall. Not bad. Not bad for an opening contest. Lance Storm showing that he might have a bright future here in the World Wrestling Federation. In our second opening contest, we have Jerry Lynn defeating Crush by pinfall. Jerry Lynn with a 47, higher than Lance Storm's, and Crush higher than both these men with a 53. And the match got a 53. And about that had terrible wrestling, non-existent crowd heat. Jerry Lynn defeated Crush by pinfall. Like I said before. So both Lance Storm and Jerry Lynn picking up momentum in the light heavyweight division. Obviously, Crush and Jim Neidhart, not light heavyweights, but it shows that the light heavyweights can compete with the heavyweights when the time is correct. That they can outperform and outshine some of the heavyweight competitors here. But we're going to move on to our next segment, which I believe is a promo. And it is. We see Shane McMahon sitting in his GM, commissioner, commissioner's office. We'll just say commissioner's office. Shane McMahon is in charge due to what happened at WrestleMania with Vince McMahon. So Shane McMahon's kind of in charge of the day-to-day operations. He overlooks talent, makes matches, all that stuff. As y'all know, for those who've y'all watched and have kept up with everything. I know it's been a month. Some of y'all probably forgot what's going on. Go back and watch the episodes, and let's catch up and get caught up with the storylines and everything like that. But Shane McMahon calls in Road Warrior Animal into the office. And Shane McMahon goes, "Oh, well, thank you for coming in the office." And Animal goes, "What is this about, Shane?" Shane goes, "Well, I've noticed that we've been paying you here to show up every single week, but I can't really book you in a match because your tag team partner is taking care of personal problems. So we are looking to cut older talent that we just don't find useful to make way for a more younger talent to step into place." And Emma goes, what are you trying to say? Are you firing me?" And she goes, No. I'm not firing you. Not at all. That is not my job. That's a head of talent relations. They're the ones who do the firing and the hiring around here. Me, I just overlook everything. And I noticed that you haven't been booked in a match for a couple weeks. And with talks about releasing talent, upcoming talent being released, and everything, I figured, why not book you in a match tonight to show them what you have as maybe a singles competitor, Animal? Animal goes, "Okay, well, who's my opponent?" Shane goes, "Well, you see, that's the thing. I had trouble thinking of a good opponent for you tonight, and I looked through the roster, and I just could not find one person who would be suitable opponent for you to highlight your strengths, I guess you can say. So I said, hey, why not? Paul, you have nothing going on tonight, right?" And Paul White looks at him and goes, "Nope." And he goes, "Well, there we have it. It's going to be Road Warrior Animal versus Paul White tonight in our main event." And Animal kind of just stands there and goes, "Are you kidding me? What is this, some kind of game that you're playing, Shane?" Shane goes, "I don't know what you're talking about, man." Animal goes, "Well, last week it was Sid. A couple weeks ago it was Sid. Now it's me. Who else is going to be on your line of cutting talent, huh? Didn't you make record numbers at WrestleMania and drew in more money than anything?" And Shane goes, "Well, yeah, we did, but like I said, we kind of want to make room for younger talent. And if older talent who are on the roster who's just sitting here on catering every single week, not doing anything or not on TV, then I don't see a reason why you're here if your tag team partner's in rehab. What do you want me to do? Send you home with pay for however long he's going to be out? And then call y'all back together when the time is right? That would be a smart thing to do, but I'm paying you to sit at home. I didn't hire you to sit at home, Animal. I hired you to get in the ring and compete. So tonight you're going to compete. If you don't want to compete, I guess we can just consider that a breach of contract, and we'll see you in court." And Animal just stands there for a minute, and he just shakes his head and goes, "Whatever. I'll see you tonight in the ring." And he points at Paul White, and he leaves the office. And that ends that segment. Segment got a 73. Dark Days storyline advances, but it loses heat, sadly. The Darkest Days, they have been pumping out some ratings, so I believe anything that gets less than like a 85 is going to bring the segment, the storyline heat down, which sucks, but it is what it is. We're going to keep moving forward. Ah, yes. Oh, yes. Okay. So, we go backstage, and we see Jeff Jarrett and Shane Helms, and Jeff Jarrett goes, "Man, you've been on and on about this new security team that you hired, you're the head of my security, and you hiring your own personal security Shane Helms goes, well, ever since I became tag team champion with you, fans have been hassling me and really just not really too good about anything. I don't know how they got awful and poor on their badass gimmicks. I mean, that's just terrible. This this is terrible. But anyway, I'm reading as I'm telling y'all what's going on, which it's terrible to do. But so Jeff Jarrett's basically questioning Shane Helms of why he needs security, and Shane Helms is basically saying ever since he won the tag team titles, the fans have been hassling him, trying to get his autograph, trying to touch him, stuff like that. He just wants to feel safe. And Jeff Jarrett goes, well, who have you hired? And he goes, I'm glad you asked. And they kept walking down the hallway. And he goes, come on, I'm going to introduce him to you right now. They walk down the hallway a little bit, and there's like a little open space. And in this open space is just a door. A door frame with a door that has APA written on it. Shane Helms knocks, he knocks on the door with no walls attached to it. It's just a door, and behind the door you see Farouk and Bradshaw sitting there, and they're smoking cigarettes and drinking beer and playing cards. Anybody who knows APA knows about this, but I'm trying to explain it to people who may not know who APA is. But they're sitting there at the table, they're smoking cigars, they're playing poker, they're drinking beer and stuff, and they just have this door in the middle of an open room, and behind the door is them playing cards. And Shane Helms knocks on the door, and Jeff Jarrett goes, why not just walk around? He goes, oh, no, this is their office. And Farouk goes, come in. And they walk in there, and Shane Helms goes, these are the guys I hired to be my personal security. And then Bradshaw jumps up and goes, Mr. Helms, please take a seat right here. He's like, you want a beer? Cigar, perhaps. Shane Helms goes, no, I don't smoke, I don't drink. But thank you for the offer. Bradshaw's like, yeah, no problem. And Jeff Jarrett goes, you hired these two guys as your security? He goes, yeah. He goes, well, are they going to protect me? And then Farouk goes, yeah, that'll be $10,000. And then Jeff Jarrett looks at Shane Helms and goes, you paid these guys $10,000 to protect you? And Bradshaw steps in and goes, no. We like him. We only charge him $2. We're not a big fan of you and your country music singing. Jeff Jarrett just stands there for a minute and he looks and he goes, well, what the hell? And Shane Helms goes, don't worry, Jeff. I got your back, buddy. I'm the best at personal security. But I just felt safer if I had these two watching my back. Well, I'll watch your back, Then all of a sudden, you hear somebody hooting and hollering in the background, and he goes, there they are right there. Well, I tell you one thing. You two ran off and cheated us at WrestleMania for our World Wrestling Federation Tag Team titles, and I don't really appreciate it too much. You see, you're some punk-ass bitches who can't even get a woman to satisfy her. Unlike me, you see, nothing's finer than the Steiners. And tonight, we want a rematch for our World Wrestling Federation Tag Team titles. And they just walk in. Like, they just walk around the door. Didn't even open the door and walk in the office or any of that stuff. They just walk around the door. And Farouk and Bradshaw jump up and go, hold up. We have a door. You can knock. And Scott Steiner looks at him and goes, you shut the hell up. I have no business with you. Then Farouk steps in and goes, you got business with us now. He goes, Mr. Helms, are these two gentlemen bothering you? Shane Helms goes, well, we beat them at WrestleMania, and we won these tag team titles, as you see. But they keep wanting a rematch, but we don't think they really deserve a rematch. Ain't that right, Jeff? And Jeff just stands there and goes, like, he's just in shock of what's going on with everything. He's just like, this is the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life. And he's sitting there, he's just sitting there. And Scott Steiner goes, "Oh yeah, you know yeah, that's right. We want our rematch." Then Bradshaw's just like, "Well, Mr. Helms said you ain't getting a rematch, but if y'all in a mood to fight, well, Farouk, you got anything going on?" Farouk goes, "Nah." He goes, "Well, shit, I don't got nothing going on either." It's like, why don't we take it out there to the ring and handle our business? Scott Steiner goes, "That's all right with me. Come on, Rick. Let's put these little skinny bitches on the fat asses." So, segment got a 62. Jeff Jarrett clearly came across well. He's the best talker out of all of them. Scott Steiner, not so much. Scott Steiner is terrible without a script. And his dialogue was a complete mess. Which I don't see that, because Scott Steiner is one of the best promos of all time. So I just don't see it. Announcing quality gave the match a boost. Segment a boost, I'm sorry. And the color commentary. Segment got 62. Both Farouk and Bradshaw got all for and poor on their gimmicks. Which I don't understand why. But that fucking sucks. But we're going to go into the next segment, and I believe it is the match. And it is, and a poor match. APA defeated the Steiner brothers when Bradshaw pinned Rick Steiner. Bradshaw was the Rick League, struggling to keep up with everybody else. Bradshaw with a 42. Farouk with a 67. Scott with a 69. Nice. And Rick with a 64. Rick and Scott Steiner have excellent chemistry, and they have the tag team specialist bonus. Announcing quality gave the match a boost. Match got a 57. Not the best rating. Not the rating that I was hoping for. I was hoping somewhere around 60. But the match did good. So Shane Helms hired the APA as his personal bodyguards for $2,000. I guess $1,000 a piece. And they're Shane Helms' personal security. For those of y'all who don't know who APA is, go look up APA versus oh god. What, the Gangsters? Not the Gangsters. What the hell are they called? Rocco Rock and oh god, I can't think of their names. My mind has drawn a blank. Public Enemy. Go look up APA versus the Public Enemy on Sunday Night Heat, and you'll find out who APA are. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. No less. But we're going to move on to the next segment. And after this segment, they're just celebrating in the ring, and Shane Helms is basically like, "Yeah, these are my bodyguards," you know, while Jeff Jarrett kind of stands back, and he's just like, "Hell yeah, these cats can fight. If they beat the Steiner brothers, these cats can fight." Bradshaw, Scott Steiner looked good. Bradshaw performed poorly in this segment. Jeff Jarrett did not do well without a script to follow. While in the last segment, he did great. And Bradshaw's getting better as a gimmick. Awesome. Next segment. And in this match, we have Eddie Guerrero. This is Eddie Guerrero's debut match here in the World Wrestling Federation. Eddie Guerrero made his big debut on Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania, I believe it was. And we really haven't heard anything from him since then. Or Rey Mysterio, for that matter. After Rey Mysterio was rewarded the light heavyweight title, Eddie Guerrero came out of the crowd and attacked Rey Mysterio. And it looks like Eddie Guerrero is a signed competitor here in the World Wrestling Federation if he has a match. He told Rey that anywhere that Rey goes, Eddie's going to be right behind him to prove that Rey Mysterio is not the best Mexican wrestler, not the best luchador Mexican wrestler in the world. It's Eddie Guerrero. And he's here to prove it. Eddie Guerrero with a 70 freaking 2. Jesus Christ. Taka Michinoku with a 30. Eddie Guerrero defeated Taka Michinoku in 7:42 by pinfall with a frog splash. Match got a 61. Obviously, Eddie carried this whole damn match. But we're going to move on to the next segment. And it's a 53. Eddie is not very good at talking. But it's a promo from Eddie. Basically, the same thing I just said. He's telling Ray that he beat him up bad, that he put him on the shelf for a couple of weeks, and that he's looking forward when Ray comes back, because that light heavyweight title doesn't belong to Rey Mysterio Jr. It belongs to Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero deserves to be the World Wrestling Federation light heavyweight champion. Eddie Guerrero deserves to be the world heavyweight champion. In any championship that Rey Mysterio holds, Eddie's going to hold it longer. He is Mexico's finest. Rey may travel all over the world, and all these fans love him because he wears a silly little mask and he dresses up like a superhero. Well, Eddie Guerrero's not a superhero. Eddie Guerrero's not here to be cheered by the fans or celebrated or any of that stuff. Eddie Guerrero's here for one reason and one reason only. And that's to make sure that Rey Mysterio never walks again. Segment got a 53. Eddie did not do good following the script, and that's the quality gave match a boost, but Mexico's finest storyline has advanced. We move on to the next segment. I believe it is the main event. And it is, and obviously y'all seen this one coming from a mile away. I don't have to say anything to you. Y'all knew this was going to come. Paul White defeated Road Warrior Animal in 7:32 by pinfall with the choke slam. Road Warrior Animal to 70, and Paul White with 82. The announced quality gave the match a boost. Paul White and Vince McMahon have good chemistry together, and Paul White benefited from being the flavor of the month. I keep forgetting to take Vince off as Paul White's manager, but Vince McMahon got hurt on Monday Night Raw. Well, he's not really injured. He's not going to be out, but like, he got beat up pretty bad on Monday Night Raw, so he's not here on Shotgun Saturday Night tonight. But, with that being said, segment got a 69. Nice. And, we move on to the next segment, which I believe is the promo between Owen Hart and Steve Austin. So Steve Austin comes to the ring. He's pissed about what happened on Monday Night Raw. He says he was screwed out of his title shot. The only way that the Harts can win is if the other Hart comes out and helps them. That he's the better man. He would have had Bret Hart beat at WrestleMania, but he never tapped out at WrestleMania. He never said, I quit. That Bret Hart basically had to beat him to death until he passed out. And then, when the rematch came for the number one contender, he had his little brother Owen come out and help him win the match. And Stone Cold thinks it's bullshit. So what Stone Cold wants to do is he don't give a damn what Hart it is. He don't care if it's Owen Hart. He don't care if it's Bret Hart. He don't care if it's Stu. He don't care if it's Bruce. He don't give a shit what Hart it is. But he wants them to come out right now, and they're going to get their ass whooped by Stone Cold Steve Austin. All of a sudden, Bret Hart, the music hits, and out comes him and Owen Hart. Excuse me. And Bret Hart goes, Austin, everybody says that I'm the biggest crybaby around here, that I'm crying because of this, or how I haven't been in a World Wrestling Federation title match since losing my title, and that I didn't get a proper rematch for my title. And how I'm whining how this new generation of talent is rude, crude, and socially unacceptable. And how you can get on here and drink beer and shoot the bird and cuss while there's little children at home watching this, like my kids or Owen's kids. But me and Owen did what we had to do. to make sure that this company doesn't end up with somebody like you as World Wrestling Federation champion. This company doesn't need to go in that direction. This company doesn't need to go in a direction with your attitude. This company needs to stay pure and usher in a new generation of superstars who have positive morals and outlook on everything and who have standards. Not people like you and your attitude. Steve Austin goes, blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares what you got to say, Brett. Nobody cares. People in the audience, people watching at home, they don't give a damn what you got to say or what you got to do or what you have to say. Okay? Nobody gives a damn. The only thing these people give a damn about is one of you two little punk-ass bitches getting in the ring with Stone Cold Steve Austin and get your candy ass whipped, and I'm going to stop a mud hole in you and walk it dry. And the crowd pops. They're like, yeah, oh my God, he did his catchphrase. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. And Bret Hart goes, not a chance, Austin. Not a chance. You lost to me fair and square. I beat you 1, 2, 3. I beat you at Mania. I have no reason to fight you. The next thing that I have looking forward is my match against Dwayne Gill for the World Wrestling Federation heavyweight title. And all of a sudden, Shane McMahon's music hits, and he comes out and he goes, I'm glad that y'all three men are out here tonight. And he goes, I heard somebody say title match in Dwayne Gill. And, I watched the Monday Night Raw. It was the rematch right after WrestleMania in our main event. And Brett, you won the match. I said there had to be a winner. I don't care how there was a winner. And you won the match. So, congratulations. You are the number 1 contender. And you will be facing the World Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion. And Brett kind of looks at him and goes, why didn't you say Dwayne Gill? And Shane goes, ha! You see, Brett, you're a smarter man than you look. Because as of recently of what happened on Monday Night Raw, we've decided, the board, obviously, the WWF committee and the board decided that it will only be right that fans don't want to see Dwayne Gill versus Bret Hart for the World Wrestling Federation title. They want to see Dwayne Gill and Vader get it on for the World Wrestling Federation title. And Bret the Hitman Hart, you will get your match against the winner on Monday Night Raw. The night after. Promise, guaranteed. I'll give you a handshake right now and say that you are getting your title shot the night after Backlash. And Shane McMahon puts his hand out, and Bret Hart kind of stands there for a minute, and alright, yeah, that'll give me more time to prepare. But until then, I'm not going to compete. And Shane goes, well, you see, you are going to compete before then. And you are going to have a match before your title shot. And Owen, I'm glad you're out here. Since you like to interfere in matches, and you like to do all this stuff, I'll tell you what, Owen. I got something for you. But first, let me talk to old Steve Austin down here. Now, Steve, I know you would love to get your hands on Brett, Owen, Stu, Bruce, Keith. You said any of the Hearts, right? Well, what if I give you 2 of the Hearts that you want to get your hands on, Owen and Brett, this Monday night on Raw? And Steve Austin stands there and goes, keep talking. And he goes, now, Steve, I know that you don't have a lot of friends here in the World Wrestling Federation, but I'm sure you can find somebody that will team up with you to take on the brothers of Owen and Bret Hart in the main event of Monday Night Raw next week. Steve Austin stands there and he's like, all right, yeah, okay. And he goes, so that's the main event of Monday Night Raw. It's going to be Owen and Bret versus Steve and whoever Steve gets as his partner. And Owen goes, what? And Owen's like, that's what? Bret's like, I'm not wrestling. It's your thing. And Shane goes, you're gonna wrestle, and you're gonna be in any match that I book you in. Because if you refuse, then that means you refuse your title shot. And if we're doing a ranking system here, if you're number 2, then that only means that Steve Austin would be number 3 next in line after you for a World Wrestling title shot. So if you can't win, then that means if you can't compete in your match, then that means it's going to be rewarded to Steve Austin. And Bret goes, all right, fine. And Shane goes, well, there you have it. It's going to be Owen and Bret versus Steve Austin and a partner of his choice in the main event of Monday Night Raw. I hope y'all are looking forward to that one, ladies and gentlemen. So, in this segment, we're standing in the ring, and it's Chris Jericho. His music hits, he comes out. We come back from commercial break. Yeah, let me restart that. In this segment, we see Chris Jericho standing in the ring after we come back from commercial break, and he has a mic in his hand, and he goes, last Monday, on Monday Night Raw, on Raw is Jericho. I won against the Croc. And the reason why he's called the Croc is for this. And they show a replay of what happens. And it shows The Rock getting better at Jericho. And then Rock goes to pick up Jericho. And The Rock stands Jericho up. And Jericho just kicks him. Just blatantly kicks him in the fucking nuts in front of the referee. And The Rock falls down. And the referee rings the bell and disqualifies Jericho. But Jericho acts like he celebrated like he won the match and everything like that. And he's making the ref raise his hand. The ref's like, no, you lost, and all that good stuff. And it cuts back to now, and Jericho goes, see this bullcrap? I don't know what kind of company these McMahons run here, but I didn't come and join the World Wrestling Federation from the competition just to be treated the exact same way. I won that match. I was the last man standing. I am the winner. I am the Ayatollah of rock and rolla, and I should be the number 1 contender for the World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Intercontinental Champion, but I'm not. They rewarded to The Rock, of all people. And I just think it's bullcrap. So whoever books the matches back there, whoever plays the music, why don't you get yourself out here, Junior, and explain yourself on why Jericho is not in your main event for Backlash. All of a sudden, Shane McMahon's music hits. And he comes out. And he goes, well, Jericho, as much as I don't want to admit it to the fans and the arena and the people watching at home, as much as I don't want to admit it, it was actually me who convinced my late mother to offer you a contract here to the World Wrestling Federation because I was a big fan of yours in WCW. That's right, I said it. I was a huge fan of yours while you were over there, down south. I love the way that you cut promos on people. I love the way that you wrestled. I love that you know 1,004 holds, Jericho. I mean, you are one of the best overlooked talent that they had. And when your contract was up, I was more than eager to talk my mom into signing you and having you come over to here. Because I know that one day, Jericho, you can be a huge main event star, but you intentionally kicked The Rock in the nuts on Monday Night Raw. And I'm not going to pull any favoritism here, but you're out. You're out of the match, man. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you even showed the replay yourself of you kicking him in the nuts and getting disqualified. And Jericho goes, no. Nobody told me it was a no disqualification match. Nobody told me that I couldn't use weapons. Nobody told me I couldn't kick him in the nuts. Excuse me. Okay? Nobody informed me of that information. And Shane just puts his hand in his forehead in his hand, and he rubs his forehead and goes, Jericho, it was a singles one-on-one match. All one-on-one singles matches has DQ, okay? If you kick somebody in the nuts, you're going to be disqualified. If you hit him with a chair, you're going to be disqualified. You should have known that. And he goes, you know what? You're just playing favorites. And Shane just stands there and he kind of looks for a minute and he's like, what? And Jericho says, yeah, you're just playing favorites to The Rock because he's smooching up with your sister. And Shane stands there for a minute and goes, what did you just say? I'm playing favorites to The Rock because he's smooching up with my little sister? No, I'm not playing favorites to anybody, Jericho, especially The Rock. As a matter of fact, I personally wanted you to win that match against The Rock, but thank you for telling me that about The Rock and Stephanie. I mean, it's none of my concern or business, and I really could care less, but I'm not playing favorites towards The Rock. I'm not playing favorites to Triple H. I said there was a one-on-one number one contenders match, and you lost. Now, if The Rock somehow ends up getting injured or Triple H ends up getting injured, then maybe I might put you into the match, but both men are healthy. Both men, as of right now, have no match for Monday Night Raw. But Jericho, there's a few things that you need to do to prove yourself as a worthy competitor in this match. Now, I know that things may have got caught up, and you may not have known that the match had just DQ rules, that the match wasn't a no DQ match, that it had DQ, but I'll give you another opportunity. I'm a fair guy. I'll give you another opportunity to be in the match for the Intercontinental Championship at Backlash. And I'll give you that opportunity on Monday Night Raw. But as of now, I don't know what you'll be doing, and I don't know the opportunity that you will have to face in the near. I don't know, Jericho. But as of right now, if you want that shot, you're going to have to prove yourself. And Jericho goes, you know what? Whatever, Shane. Whatever. Whoever you put me against, whoever you put me 1-on-1, 2-on-1, 3-on-1, 4-on-1, it doesn't matter. Because I'm Chris Jericho. I'm the best in the world at what I do. I'm the Ayatollah of rock and rolla. And sooner or later, you're going to make me the face of your company, and we're going to sell millions. I'm going to sell millions and make millions. But Shane, I'll see you on Monday Night Raw. And I hope that I show you that I am more than worthy of being in that Intercontinental Championship match over The Rock at Backlash. Shane goes, see you Monday. And that will finish the show. Sammy got a 95, as y'all see. Jericho and The Rock didn't do good on the script, but The Rock wasn't talking. But we're going to finish the show. 85, not bad. Not bad at all. Those hundreds and 95 definitely helped boost up that rating. But we're going to go ahead and finish the show. And while this is loading, I know I said at the start of the show, I discussed about me being sick. I ended up getting COVID, guys and girls, whoever is watching this. I ended up getting COVID, and I was. It's a motherfucker. That's the best way I can explain it. It's a fucking bitch to have. Excuse my language once again, but it totally sucks. It fucking blows. And after I got COVID, I did my quarantine, and I was starting to feel a little bit better. And then all of a sudden, my chest was burning real bad. Anytime I breathed in, and I couldn't even take out the trash without being winded. And I was just like, okay, something's up. But I know that COVID gives you respiratory problems and da-da-da-da-da and all that good stuff. But I went back to the hospital, and I found out that I ended up having pneumonia right after I got COVID. I mean, it was like 2 days later, and I went right back to the hospital. So I was on my ass for another 2 weeks. Basically, I didn't have the energy to even edit videos or do anything. I know that people have been asking about TEW videos and Guild Wars videos and all that stuff. 7 Days to Die. We are planning on doing all of that stuff once again. Now that I'm feeling better. Sky is also at 100%. I know that the start of the channel, Sky was dealing with a whole bunch of back problems and medical problems and stuff like that. But Sky seems to be 100%. He is not here with me at the moment, but Sky seems to be at 100%. But we both have not reached our final form, and we are more than excited to get this channel back up and pumping out some content for y'all. I love making the TEW videos. Sky loves making the Guild Wars and 7 Days to Die videos. I love playing 7 Days to Die too. I ain't even gonna lie. And Guild Wars. We have some new stuff planned for the future. I don't know if y'all are interested in any of that stuff. I don't know, but I hope y'all are. We are planning on playing a few games, a few new games, and along with some of that. But enough with me rambling on. As I was recording this, I was thinking to myself, and I was just like, well, you know, y'all watched every single one of these videos, so y'all deserve to know, like, why we've been. It's almost been like 2 months since we recorded a video or put a video out, and that's because I ended up getting COVID and pneumonia, and it was pretty bad. Yeah, it's just last few months have been pretty rough for me and everything like that. COVID sucks ass. But enough with me rambling about COVID and all that good stuff. Hopefully YouTube doesn't take down my video for saying COVID/19 multiple times in the video. But last night was ECW's Barely Legal show, and we're going to check that out. It looks like Mikey Whipwreck retained his title. He's the world champion now. Second reign as world champion, so that's awesome. Let's see here, guys. We're gonna keep going. Fans were quick to notice that ECW Barely Legal 1997 had an attendee last night. Had an absentee last night with Mustafa Saeed nowhere to be found on the show. ECW has been quick to address the situation, though, with a press release confirming that he was simply a victim of an unavoidable transportation issue that prevented him from arriving at the venue. Yeah. Let's go ahead and look at that card. You got an 83. That's freaking not bad at all. With the 88 main event, that is really good. Mikey with a 66 and Raven with an 87. Wow. Man, that's good shit. Taz defeated Brian Lee. Terry Funk defeated Steve Blackman. Hey, Steve Blackman. Damn. Damn, 42. Damn. Shane Douglas defeated Ricky Morton to retain the ECW television title. The Eliminators defeated the Pitbulls and Can-Man Express to retain the ECW World Tag Team titles. Can-Man got sent down, I believe. I believe I sent down them too. And they got a 52 and a 52. So they're doing a lot better than most of my people. The Blue World Order defeated Devon and the Chair Swinging Freaks. Big Bubba and Big Dick defeated Louis Spicoli and Test. Matt Bloom, he jobbed. Ron Killings jobbed, but D'Lo Brown picked up a win. And man, that's an awesome main event of an 88, especially for somebody like Mikey Whipwreck. I believe WCW had a show. It said, yeah, right there. Oh shit, I forgot how to do some of this stuff. Oh, they recorded a show. Okay, it will be shown on Tuesday. But once again, thank you guys for watching, subscribing to the channel, doing all that stuff. Thank y'all for supporting the content and stuff like that. I'm back at it, guys. So, like I always say, if you can't play with each other, then please, 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 play with yourself. I'm out, guys.